Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to uh, all the mods 10. I almost said Hollow Knight Silk Song. Anyways, last time we went ahead and got the final things we actually need for the ATM star. So if we just go upstairs real quick, we now have the stable wormhole, an empty soul gem. We managed to make both of those at the very beginning of last time using this circle right here, which is basically infusing items with demonic power. And then after that, we basically spent the rest of last time making a couple new demons, like Madcraft here, Rax Lamard, who was a... This is a chimera. When you feed a chimera a golden apple, the goat part of the chimera pops off, and then you can turn it into the Eldritch God here. Yeah, still won't get me to say the name of that one. But anyways, other than that, we went ahead and made the blacksmith familiar, who went ahead and upgraded everyone. So you can see here, our little deer has a big old hammer. Brayer Worm is carrying a sword. Rack Von Drine will give us nuggets, and you don't actually get upgraded, but the Boo actually has a cute little lantern now. There's nothing. The little animation changes, like little model changes, are great. Although none of them are like super helpful right now. I don't know. You can make a familiar ring that lets you carry around a familiar on you at all times and get the passive effect. But none of our current familiars actually have one, so don't really have a good reason to do that. Anyway, that's about it for last time. More demons, upgrading them, and all that fun stuff. Between episodes, I've done a very small little something. Where are you going? It's bees. I'm missing one again. Please don't tell me another I did not set this up in a good place. Like the bees, I have already lost two bees because they flew into the water and died. So I definitely should have set this up elsewhere. Two. No, that's still the same number of bees. I guess I just didn't re-release them. So you can go there and you can go there. That should be four. I can fit one more. Anyways, the last piece of the puzzle for one of the ATM star pieces, the Dragon Soul, is just this Socotra Dragon Sapling. So I figured I'd start taking a brief look at how productive trees works, and by brief look, I mean I I did the thing that gave us the guidebook and a free item, and just placed some saplings and already got some results. So this one, if you have any saplings at any time, will give you a guidebook and a pollen sieve. With the pollen sieve goes into an advanced beehive, although I have yet to see it actually work, so I haven't gotten any pollen to use. But apparently that will eventually work. Those bees still just go about their business, and whilst they're flowering or honeying or whatever they do with whatever they're attached to, I'm using ancient bees because that's what I had. They will occasionally pollinate leaves, though it looks like there's one on the oak tree here and then two on the birch. I'm not seeing anything on the dark oak or the jungle yet, so those two will have to wait. Anyways, we can just go in here, break the pollinated leaves, and we'll get some saplings. So there's all that. Those automatically went to the backpack. 5 silver lime saplings. I did have a couple of these already. And 2 beech saplings. You're just hanging out up there now, huh? So, we can now look ahead at this. Productive saplings. These are like the special ones. We do have some of those. But we can go look over here at like the beech sapling is made from oak and birch, and then it gets turned into a bunch of other stuff. Although that's not really an important part of the tree. I think some of these look cool. Like, I definitely want to make some extra trees just because, but not exactly the most exciting thing for us right now. That's not part of the ATM star. The silver lime sapling here, again, oak plus birch. It's like random chance. Like for every one, there's like a couple of different options, like the same recipe. So there is random chance involved. Um, can I get like, is there a good way to check this? Um, oh yeah, I guess I can just look at the pollinating list for, say, oak saplings real quick. Although that is a big old list because it also includes some of the special stuff. Like, Certain type of cypress and oak will get you cork oak. There's that. The beech sapling and the silver lime we already have. White willow with silver lime. So put them back together to get cool things. Put them back together to get cool things. Wenge sapling. Ooh, red delicious apple with cherry saplings. Ooh, maybe we want to make one of those. Anyways, our bees here will just go about their business. I'm only counting 4 bees again. That's the amount I still have in here. That's why I'm only counting 4 bees. Still not seeing any signs of anything on the jungle and dark oak, which sucks because I kind of need that one too. Because I looked ahead a slight bit, and neither of those saplings are actually needed for the ATM star. I got those accidentally because I was testing things. But what we really need is this one right here, which requires a wenge and a cocoa bolo. The wenge sapling is made from a balsa and a cocoa bolo. So cocoa bolo is used for 2. It is made from a balsa sapling and dark oak. So basically, this is made from balsa and cocobolo. This is made from balsa and dark oak. You need balsa for all of these. This is made from teak and acacia. Acacia is easy. How do you get a teak sapling? And it is made from dark oak and jungle. So basically, I just need those 2 things to pollinate together to get a teak sapling. And then I'll use an acacia tree with it to get a balsa. Balsa with dark oak to get cocobolo. Balsa and cocobolo to get wenge. Wenge and cocobola to get Sakatra dragon sapling. So basically, it's just waiting for these ones to pollinate. And then just running them back through a couple of times. And eventually we'll be all good and we'll have the tree we need. So, this tree looks a whole lot more daunting than it really is. It's not actually that difficult in practice, though. It's basically just use 2 trees, take 1 tree and add it to the new one. Take 2 new trees, put them together, so on and so forth. You're basically just repeating that process over and over again. Come on, stop flying into the water. You keep taking damage. Yeah, I do have to babysit these bees a little bit, though. That's the annoying part. Anyways, I just wanted to do a little brief overview of this. I am pretty tired, so I don't think I'm recording the full thing tonight, but I thought this was semi-interesting. I'll probably just let them go for a little bit and try to get at least the tree from these 2 for now. And in fact, what I probably should do is just break down both of these trees, since that was loud. Since I don't care about those 2 anyways, might as well just have these 2 set up here, and hopefully now that it's just this one, it will be more likely to go straight to pollinating between these 2. Anyways, release the 2 extra bees, and hopefully they should be doing all well. Yeah, this is probably all I'm going to be recording for tonight. I'll do a little bit of extra work, but I'll see you tomorrow for me. Okay, so I guess I am coming back for a little bit more tonight. So I decided to plant the beech one and the silver lime one just to see what they look like. And yeah, I can see why there's so much saying work in progress, because, yeah, these models aren't great. Although I do really like the texturing on the wood, or on the coloring and whatnot. So, oh, that color inside is actually so nice. Okay, yeah, I like the wood for these. The leaves themselves definitely need some work though. Anyways, eventually after moving things around and babysitting the bees for like 10, 20 minutes, I did eventually get to the teak saplings. So that's pretty good. So I'm gonna plant this one here, and I'll probably just end up tearing down those trees and moving them. And also, we did get a pollen, which is apparently specifically tied to dark oak leaves. So that is an important note. The pollen you get is directly tied to trees. 2 free pollen. Um, okay then. Is that just like random chance? Oh, also, you can make an allergy bee that apparently gets extra pollen, but it's only 10% chance per pollen, so that's going to take some work. Anyways, I digress a little bit. We got the teak tree. 3. Come on. There we go. Again, the leaves don't really look great, but the wood itself is cool. And now teak needs to be paired with what? Teak, dark oak to that. We need balsa, which is teak and acacia. That's why I pulled out an acacia sapling as well. I just forgot. And I actually need the acacia sapling to grow the... You know what? That works. I'm going to tear down these two trees real quick so that it is just attached to that. Why is that so loud? That has no right being that loud. Anyways, whatever. Bees are there. Should be close enough to the teak and acacia whenever they start flowering. That should be good. And since we do have this dark oak things now, I can just immediately do the cocobolo sapling. I can just use the dark oak on the balsa sapling when we get it. That's pretty cool. That will get us to Wenge, and then Wenge plus cocobola, it will get us the tree. So basically, I just need to keep running over, sleeping, let bees do their thing. Eventually, they'll pollinate, and we'll get it. So we should be able to get that. I might even be able to get this tonight, and actually, cool. I don't know if I'm going to get it tonight. I'm getting very tired. But if it's just going to be like this for like another 20 minutes, and that's going to be it, maybe I will. Who knows? Cool. The teak tree's pollinated leaves, for some reason, actually have a special, or like a unique design to them. Most of the other ones were basically all the same across different trees. But that is a balsa sapling. There we go. So this one, we're going to go ahead, balsa sapling, grow it immediately. Um, Again, leaves really leave something to be desired. Why are you following me? Like, these bees, I have to do so much babysitting for. Anyways, the balsa sapling here. Just need to use some dark oak pollen on it to get a balsa tree. Or to get a cocobolo, that is a cocobolo. There we go. And actually, I wanted to test it, so just to be sure, I did break up the beech and the silver lime trees. And they do work like normal trees, where one tree gives like 6 or 7 saplings. So that is very good to know. We don't have to worry about that. As long as I have like fortune and break all the leaves with it, we'll be fine, and we can just duplicate any trees we get. So there we go. The balsa wood here will be mixed with a cocobolo tree. Let's just place this here, just as long as they have leaves and they're relatively close together. What is that? Why is it like that? Cool. I guess I'll be tearing up all those leaves with a pair of shears and putting them down here instead. Cool. Yeah. the the wood is so cool. The trees not so much. Anyways, just go like so, and I think this should actually work, just as long as there is wood to technically consider a tree. Oh, that log right there is so cool looking. Like, look at that. Productive trees quest complete? How did I not have that quest completed already? Like, weird. Anyways, just gonna do this, and I guess I'll go move the hive and move it over. But with a cocobolo and a balsa, that just leaves a wenge sapling, and then the wenge with the balsa will get us a wenge in the cocobolo will get us the Socotra dragon sapling. We're just about there. I do want to try something real quick. I have it set up over here. They haven't really been out, so nothing has pollinated. But let's say I try this. It does not work. Use on leaf to manually pollinate it. No, these pieces of pollen are not considered part of any, are not attached to any specific type of tree. So therefore, they do not have any specific pollen on them. So these ones, I think my only choice with is to attempt doing this. 1, 2, yeah. They didn't work for anything else, so I guess I didn't have any other choice but to try it like that. Oh, cool. So instead, we now have a wenge sapling. There we go. One more step. Wenge plus cocobolo is all that remains. What did I do with my bone meal? Let's grab out some more. Um, Once again, I like the log, not the leaves. I was planning on making like this whole big forest from all these leaves, but from all these trees, but the trees don't look good, so that's a little bit sad. Anyways, I'll tear up the balsa tree real quick, and then it should just take a little bit for Cocobolo and Wenge. And I believe when that is done, it will be all done, and we'll have the Sakatra dragon tree. It took a couple day-night cycles, but here we go. Pollinated leaves gets us a Sakatra dragon sapling. There we go. Now, it completes a couple of quests, although I think all of these are just giving the, like, logs for it. I do want to see the tree grow up, though, and maybe get a couple extras just in case I want to keep them. So, might as well just do this. Worst case scenario, we don't get any leaves. This one actually looks okay. Like, this one, I don't know. The leaves still leave something to be desired, but they're not as bad as the other leaves. Plus, it's not as, like, silly tall as some of the other ones. So, cool. There's that. Logs. I prefer the logs from some of the other ones. Like, I don't think I'm going to be using more of these things, but just in case, might as well get them. And now we have 16 saplings, and let's just go ahead and immediately just go do this. But I'll just grab those things as they come out of the nest. So there's one. I'll grab the other three eventually. Let's go ahead and make a part of the ATM star, shall we? So let's see, this whole line right here, and I believe I should, it's the Chain of Souls. I thought it might be. I was hoping it wouldn't, but it is in fact the Chain of Souls, isn't it? Yes, it is. How do I get another one of these things? Bring it with me so I can see the recipe. Did I have the stuff saved in the bag from Eternal Starlight? I think I do. One of these things. One of these. Oh, yes, that's right. I specifically went out of my way to make sure I had enough resources to make another one of those because I knew the one we had was kind of broken up and wasn't going to work right. Chain of Souls used for the dragons. Hmm. Okay, for why is it not working? Because apparently that wasn't it. Use Dragon's Breath, Sakatra, one by one. Soul Lava Bee Spawn Egg, Empty Soul Gem, Ender Dragon Data Model, Self-Aware specifically, Thistle Sacrifice, Chain of Souls, Piglet Heart, and Dragon... Okay, either Dragon Familiar Creature Capture or the Spawn Egg. Both should work. Um, and it is not because... Why? I don't know. Let me try restarting the game real quick, or let me try using an actual crafting table. I think there were a couple of times where, like, trying to use that one kind of broke things a bit. Let me try a couple of things. We should have it right now, but it doesn't want to play ball for some reason. Okay. So apparently, this is a recurring problem that they have quote unquote fixed multiple times. Like, they fixed it a year ago, then they fixed it like 6 months ago, then they fixed it like 3 months ago, and it still just keeps breaking or something. But apparently, like, the actual recipe for the dragon souls, like, they gave themselves, I think they literally said the Ender Dragon model, like, in creative mode, and it requires a 12, 55, 54, whatever data thing right there, which when you actually make one from scratch and actually get it normally, that just doesn't happen. Like data 1262. So like the MBT data just gets messed up for some reason when you actually make the thing instead of spawning it in. And that will apparently keep causing it to just not work. And I either have to try getting another one of these legitimately and hope it works, or I just cheat it in. Which honestly, I'm just gonna cheat one in, because we should have it. This is like a weird mod mess up thing. So I just need to remember Hostile Networks data model, Hostile Networks Ender Dragon 12. Yeah, I just need to remember those numbers. I guess I'll write them down so I can remember. And I'm just going to spawn in another one of those real quick. So slash give me Hostile Network data model. And then that, how much of this is going to help me with it? Data model, Ender Dragon. 1 second, it's going to take me a moment to get this right. Here we go, took a couple of tries, but now we have it, so might as well just continue doing it in here. This, when put in like that, will now get us a dragon soul. There we go, I'll just delete this one. Yep. I continue. I'm just fine like that. It's like a little annoying that it made me go through all of that to make it work, but whatever. Dragon Soul acquired. Anyways, let's see. ATM star gives us 1 free block of everything and a bunch of levels, of course. And there is another big old check mark, leaving just 6 more to go of these. This one's easy enough. Just need to set up the create crafter and get a bunch of that. This one we're approaching, although I'm going to need a bunch more dirt and netherrack and diamonds and emeralds. That one's just gathering a bunch of basic resources, basically. This one we have or can get most of it, but it's still quite a ways off. This one we have a couple of pieces for. This one we have a couple of pieces for. And this one we have a couple of pieces for. So we have a bunch of, we have a few of those big old check marks going, but it's still a ways off. And how do I make these pedestals again? Because I just like the idea of just continuing to use the same old things. The pedestal display only, and relatively simple quartz gold and a red thing. Let me get the stuff to make one of these, but for real now, I'll see you tomorrow when I record the rest of this one. I am tired. It took me over an hour to get that sapling for some reason. Like, those bees were not playing ball. I'll see you tomorrow when I record the rest of this, but Dragon Soul acquired. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a couple of days since that last little segment. Just haven't gotten really much time to do anything on here. Anyways, basically I just dealt with inventory stuff in the meantime, followed one more of the seeker things. So now we have a llama if we want. And I set things up to do something with some of those ancient bees we have. So I had like more or less a full briefcase full of them. I now no longer have like a full briefcase. I used up over half of our ancient bees, if not more. But I did manage to get 2 ancient bee spawn eggs, one of which, if I'm just going to go put in here, and we are going to turn it into an aldemodium. Like, you can turn it into aldemodium through this, which gets turned into vibranium and thus unobtainium. And we're going to go all the way up to the end of that. I don't really have a good reason to do this. I definitely don't need to do it. But it is kind of cool, so might as well. Anyways, there's that vibranium. Do I really have to... Really, I have to take it out and put it back in. That's just annoying. It's still in the thing. There we go. I was like, I think I measured right. I think I had the right number. Anyways, this will be a vibranium B. I don't think I need any more aldemodium or any more of any of that stuff for anything super specific. I think there's a couple odds and ends that might need a piece here or there, but nothing that important. So that can just go in here. And you, I guess, can just, like, hang out there on Obtainium B. Cool. Anyways, yeah, also of note, I know I called you Temper Tantrum, but this is taking things a little bit far, don't you think? So, yeah. So this explains where all those ancient bees came from. They literally are duplicating themselves for some reason. So that's cool. You're just gonna... I don't know, that is a very expensive bee. I feel a little bit worse about keeping that one and letting it go. But, do I want to? It's technically cheating. But I have no control over why or how this is happening, and I have no way to stop it. So, I don't entirely hate the idea of just leaving them both going. I mean, I'm getting close to the point where I could make another one of those. What is the crafting recipe for them? 2 chaotic cores and a small chaos fragment. I have small chaos fragments now, and I actually had a single draconic evolution quest still undone that actually gave me 3 more chaotic cores. So I could actually make another draconic bee right now. I just don't feel like doing it. So you know what? I don't care that much. I'll probably spend the stuff. But as soon as we get 2 more large fragments, we'll be able to get the reactor going, and that will produce chaos for us. So I don't care too much about it. Anyways, the other ancient bee spawn egg we have here, I'm going to be using with a bunch of these eternal stellas I just made. 3, 4, and the other 2 get taken up by stellarite pieces. This goes in here. And 2 blocks of vibranium. I was like, I think the other 2 are filled in, but I don't remember with what. And this will get us a stellarite bee. And that's basically it, except for one more bee we can get with this, but it is from hold on, ancient bee spawn egg. Ancient bee. So this thing, it's used for that and the aldemodium stuff, and it is also used for duradium bees. But that also requires platinum bees and whatever the alloying foundry thing is from Oratech, so we can't really do that right now. But the stellarite bee should be pretty handy in case I need more eternal stellas. But just to double check, what do you... stellarite bee, what do you flower off of? A stellarite block, which is 9. So I have the bee and I can't use it because I only have 5 more. Okay. Although I do still have a divination rod for those. Here it is. Found stellarite at 8832. You know what? Sure. I might as well go get enough stellarite to set this thing up real quick. So I guess I'm doing a bit of mining. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Just need to follow this. 1880, 329. 1880, 329, meaning it's a couple hundred blocks this way. I'm just gonna go gather another 9 so I can do this real quick. That just took way longer than it realistically should have, but there we go, stellarite block. Let's just go put our little friend down here and we'll be all set. That literally took me like 30 minutes, even with the thing, because I ended up struggling to make the thing work for a little bit. Anyways, I want it to specifically go in this one. So there you go, little friend. That gets to be your new thing. I don't think I need quartz anymore. Stellarite will do. This can just go in here. And inventory looks like a complete and total mess right now. So cool. At least we have new bees going. Yay. And we're already at like 20 minutes, 30 minutes now with the trees. I'm going to need to check the time on the last video segment. What are we doing for the rest of the episode? Uh, oh, hello there. I forgot I forgot where Happy was. I knew it was in one of the little water pits around here, but I didn't remember which one. Oh yes, technically also of note, I technically do a little bit of work down here, but that basically was, I've gone ahead and set this up. Oops, wrong way. So now I have like the dimensions for the door and how they're going to work. It is kind of laggy to use them though, but they do open up as is. Like, the only thing is I can't really figure out how to stop them from opening up any more than this. As they'll just, every time I try to stop them, they'll just close up, go through here, and then grab any blocks that are currently right there instead. I think I actually did try doing even something like that before and it didn't work. So that closed it up. Yep, it's still opened. It's still just stacking. Oh, it just destroyed the blocks that were there before. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, but the gates technically are working. They're just not designed out yet. Let me go deal with some inventory stuff real quick, and then we're going to come up with something to do for the rest of today. We're going to take a quick look at the dire things, I think. We took a brief look at it in order to get the creature capture, but we need to go through some of it to get to timey-wimey crystals, which will get us a paradox machine. And we also need it for the Ember, Eclipse Ember fluid, so I guess that's a good thing. I took a brief look at it before, and I don't think it's actually going to be that difficult. I think it's a bunch of resources we already have, we just need to put them together, but let me deal with inventory stuff first. Okay, so mostly dealt with. Obviously, there's still some stuff, but I don't... It's pretty late. I'd rather just continue on with, like, important stuff. Anyways, we do have the Dire Guide. I think I got this thing for free, or did I make it? I don't remember where I got this thing. I could have made it. I could have gotten it for free. Um, hold on, did I do... Ah, that's where I got it. I completed that quest to get it, but it does have its own quest line in here as well. So basically, this will tell you about the 4 different gels and what some of the various things they're used for. Although from the looks of it, this is mostly like some of the machines and some of the tools and upgrades you can do. It doesn't actually say anything about the whole paradox machine we're after for some reason. I don't know. It's another incomplete quest log. Basically, there's kind of way too many of those. But anyways, we're looking for the paradox machine. Which can I search? Mark all is red. History resize UI. Is there really no search option? I'm gonna have to search through everything myself. I know we need time crystals, so I guess I can look up those. The paradox machine, here it is the next evolution in time manipulation technology. It allows you to take a snapshot of an area of the world, recording the entities and blocks that exist at the moment you click the button. It can rewind time to the point where those things existed. First, place the machine in the world and designate an area of effect like with most advanced machines. Second, place any blocks, raw ores only, or entities into the area affected you'd like to save. Okay, so we'll only save raw ores, but apparently you can copy them and you can duplicate it using time, power, and a time fluid. Okay. So, what this means is the entities may not be exactly identical. You're basically grabbing them from a different point in time, so you might get different versions of them. You can corrupt the space-time continuum, yada yada yada. Warning labels, we don't care about those. Actually, yes I do. Warning, overuse of this machine can lead to some corruption of the space-time continuum. A dangerous side effect known as the paradox can appear after extended use. The machine will track the buildup of paradox energy and represent it on the UI. User discretion is advised. They should really print the warning before the spell. Untable space-time event brought on by overuse of the paradox machine. It starts out small, but over time will grow larger. The larger it grows, the more it will be able to consume. Okay, so basically, open up a black hole and it will destroy everything. Cool. But what do we actually need for this thing? We need Eclipse alloy, we need time crystals, and then we need time fluid. Eclipse alloy is made by smelting raw Eclipse alloy, which you can get obtained by smelting raw Eclipse alloy, offer unmatched durability. They arrive from mining raw Eclipse alloy blocks. When a netherite block is transformed by shadow pulse goo. Okay, that explains why. Oh, hold on, ancient bee. Did I forget something? Oh yes, I did. Hold on, there was one more recipe. Ancient bees can get turned into eclipse alloy bees by using shadow pulse goo. I had seen this one, but I forgot about it while we were doing the other bee stuff. I do have a couple extra ancient bees. We're going to need a bunch of shulk stuff, which I should have. I know for a fact I had all of that stuff at one point in time. It's a question of, was it in the computer and did it get deleted? Or what did I do with it, basically? Um, let's see. Uses for you. Obviously used for you. You need Shadow Pulse Goo. None of the skulk stuff is in the computer system, meaning I have to hope I left it somewhere else. Otherwise, this is all null and void, and we can't do anything about this until we go find another ruined ancient city to go take on. Skulk Catalyst, not actually what we're after, but I guess I'll grab them. Why is it so laggy to do this? Skulk Sensors and Skulk Shriekers. I don't have any actual Skulk in and of itself, though, do I? That stuff you need to grab with Silk Touch, and I never bothered to. Okay, so that's good to know. Come on. But Hierarch Dur is the one right above an ancient city, right? Like, I just have to go down and grab some skulk. I didn't tear up all of it, because I didn't need to. Um, I know the ancient city is down here somewhere. It's just a question of how do I make my way back down there. Although I think I actually marked an ancient city normally as well, so I don't think I need to do this, but I'm already here anyways, so let me just make my way down. Okay, I should have more than enough yeah, I should have more than enough for now. Words are hard. I started that sentence and I was like, no, I don't want to say it that way for no apparent reason. Anyways, Shadow Pulse Goo. I do want to make 2 of them, but this one needs Void Shimmer, which needs Dragon's Breath, Easy, and Blaze Gloom. Blaze Gloom needs Netherwart and Primagel needs Dirt and Sugar. Okay, so you need to make tier 1 stuff in order to make tier 2, tier 3, so on and so forth. Although we actually have all the materials we need for every tier, it's just a question of grabbing them all from scattered about all the different chests. I really should try and fix the computer system and figure something better out with it. But the fact that I just cannot stop it from resetting is so infuriating. It makes it so hard to actually care about it. To grab a little bit more sugarcane, and just grab some dirt from here, some netherwort, and I believe that will be it. Dirt, netherwort. I feel like there was one other thing I'm forgetting, but I don't remember what it is, so let's just try it. There's that. Dragon's Breath, that's right. Which I have here. Cool. Let's see, I need to make 2 of these, which means 2 of these. I need to make 4 sugar, because I forgot to actually turn the sugarcane into sugar. Oh, it's a reed nest from productive bees. Okay. That's kind of cool. I guess there's a random chance for sugarcane to grow into one of those instead. That's a first. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. So there's that, and 1 more of these. And with that, I believe that's now everything I need. Just go through the whole cycle. 2 of these. 1, 2. Thank you. These get turned into these, like so. And again, it should be just as easy as that. Then these 2 get turned into these. 1, 2. And from there, these get turned into these. Again, relatively simple. Shadow Pulse Goo. Now we're going to place down 1 of these. And it needs to be activated with something. Control. Shadow crafted the rarest and most powerful of materials, offering unmatched capabilities in material transformation. Enables the creation of supremely powerful items. Sneak to view. Click on the block with its food to activate. Um, let's see. Ideal for that represents a step up in the ability to manipulate and refine. But once again, I don't see anything that's saying like properly what do you feed it. I'm gonna assume echo shards, but goose spreading. Primal coal will get us raw blaze ember, raw primal coal, shadow pulse. Okay. Um. Anyways, I know for a fact we need to use a block of netherite on this thing. That one's for sure. So there will be that. Ah, I see. I forgot it glows like that. Skulk Catalyst. It's fed. This will become the Eclipse Ember stuff, and this Shadow Pulse Goo is going to go be used on a netherite bee. Does this one? Yeah, this has my ancient bees in it. There's that. Shadow Pulse. And now we have an Eclipse Alloy bee. Cool. Um, and once again, I have completely forgotten that there is an extra step in here that I am forgetting. And I need to feed these things. Uh, Shadow Pulse Goo makes you one of these, and you flower with an Eclipse Alloy block. Of course. It wouldn't have been anything else. Um, Oops. So there's that. That gets us 3. So I'm just going to have to keep doing that a couple of times. Thankfully, I don't need to always feed this Skulk Catalyst. It's like a random chance every time. And I do have plenty of netherite, so I think we're good. Just do that. Anyways, as that goes through, how do we get Eclipse Ember fluid? To get it to start, you'll need to drop an Eclipse Ember into Liquid Void Flame and make unrefined Eclipse Ember. Huh? You don't need to drop an Why do you use the normal stuff to make the unrefined stuff? That doesn't make much sense. And then spread Shadow Pulse goo to it to make Eclipse Ember fuel. Okay. So basically it's a couple of steps. Should be able to figure it out. There's all of this though. This gets smelted up because obviously. Any other uses? No. But Eclipse Ember, 9 of that will make a block, and our bee friend will be happy. But what's going on over here? I skipped right past it to just dire things. We started, cool. We made Shadow Pulse. Oh, it gives us a free goo. That's very nice. Used for Eclipse Alloy and Eclipse Ember. We do need Eclipse Ember, right? For the uh, Eclipse Ember Fuel Bucket. That's what we're after. So for that, we're going to need Void Flame, which is made with Blaze Ember Fuel, which is made from polymorphic fluid. So that's going to be something for next time, but I do want to at least get the bee finished up before we're done. Eclipse Alloy is added in, it spreads by doing all that, and these are used for various tool things, which actually look pretty good. Let's see, they don't actually show their damage or anything on them. But I believe that much like the draconic stuff, their damage and upgrades and whatnot are tied directly to like what modules or whatever you put in them. So let's look at the Eclipse Sword real quick. Forge Energy 500,000, enabled, hold shift for details, control, we'll open up this. The Eclipse Alloy Sword is the pinnacle of combat technology in Just Dire Things, featuring a large energy capacity capable of supporting the most advanced upgrades. Forged from Eclipse Alloy, this end-tier tool offers exceptional damage and durability, and is ideal for the most lethal offensive abilities. I guess we're probably going to make one of those just to make it. I don't think we're going to use it, though. Anyways, let's make the Eclipse Alloy block. This will be used for our little bee friend. And we'll end off, and next time we'll continue working towards the Paradox machine and whatnot. Let's see, is there one more spot open in here? I think so. Eclipse Alloy B, you hopefully will move in there. And Wither Rose, I do not care about, so that can just go there. Anyways, I want to thank you very much. Glowing bees? Hold on. I know for a fact I grabbed all the glowing bees out of this place and removed them. Like, that one I am 100% sure on, and now there are now there are 4 Insanium bees. I don't understand what's happening with these bees. Like, so many ancient bees, so many bees. They keep multiplying. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. Actually, hold on. Before that, how close are we? Ooh, we're getting Eternal Stellas now. Very, very nice. And I saw some Unobtainium in there. So with that, there's 14 smalls. These become medium. Actually, no, these become large. So I need 4 more small, which is a bunch more tiny chaos fragments. We should be able to get another draconic reactor next time, as well as just continuing on with just dire things. So that's pretty cool. We're actually getting some progress done. Anyways, I distracted myself from the outro. I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.